Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Showtime with Showtime Straight Up Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. All right. So this is kind of the finale of the whatchamacallit from the last time, right? We're talking about Marshawn Lynch, right? His awesome comeback. And then I went, did like 180, right? Was talking about Jerry Hill. Okay, he was a friend of my dad's, right? They played ball together for Portland State University, right? Coming in on full scholarships and everything else. Played with Neil Lomax, okay? He went pro, okay? Jerry Hill, he was the main detective on that series they did, Co-ops, you know, the bad boys that come in with the whole thing and the song and all that stuff and the kick down the door and all that stuff, right? Portland, Oregon. Jerry Hill had long hair and stuff at one point, right? So we blend in, okay? Get more trust with the bad guys or whatever, right? So he taught my dad about the, you know, different power moves and this and that. And, but he was also the one that taught my dad to take a 2-year break. Of course, it was too late for him, right? He'd already done his 2 years at CBC, done some time at University of Montana, all this stuff, right? And made the team at CBC, then he got a full ride for his last 2 years at Portland State. Jerry Hill went Navy 2 years, Air Sea Firing Program, right? 2 years. Okay, so that's what I did because I was 108 pounds most of my high school career, right? So I came in bigger. So a lot of people think, oh, you got to get right out of high school. You got to go with the momentum, right? Before you get out of your prime. You're not in your prime yet. You're still a kid, 18-year-old kid. You got to be better off coming in at 20-year-old freshman, okay? That's what I did. So went to University of Montana for a semester, made the team there. Went to Washington University, did some wrestling and football there, and some theater, and gave it all up for powerlifting bodybuilding after my freshman year. But stayed with the theater department, obviously, and had fun with that. And so taking a year to 2 years off is not always a bad thing. You take 2 to 3 decades off like I did, it's a bad idea, right? Especially with football. But I did take an 8-year break, okay, from 2000 to 2008, where I do 1 to 3 times a week. Once in a great while, I get serious for like a month or two with consistent training, back off again. I was doing 2, 3, 4 draws at a time, right? So finally, I decided, you know what? 34 years old, I hadn't done a show. This is 2008 now. I hadn't done a show like since 2000. It's been 8 years already, okay? I didn't know what I was going to do. I was just excited to be there and maybe do a show, try to get top 3, top 5, right? And then I was going to try training with Kennelly, and I was going to try get my bench up to 600 pounds, talk to him, had that all worked out, talk to whoever's going to talk to first between Ben Matheson, Roger Baker, Andre Galloway. First person I saw was going to say, hold me accountable, I'm going to do a show, I'm going to get top 3 or top 5, then I'm going to go into powerlifting, I'm going to do a 600 pound bench press. Alright, because at the time my bench was 500, okay? I wanted to get 6. When I trained with Kennelly in the past, went from 400 to 450 after training with him for a month. And then at another time in my life, did the same thing, went from 450 to 500 in a month, okay? That's the power of training with somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, right? They know the little tricks, the little things, and you get big gains in a small amount of time. And this is not changing anything supplement-wise or anything else. So it's just the training. So here's the deal with that. So I come out and I do these shows. I'm trying to do a small show. I can't find any small shows. So I do these big shows, right? National qualifiers. 8 years off. I only had 1 month to bulk because I had to do drops in order to get in shape in time. So I went from 216 to 226 in 1 month. I chopped down and did heavyweight in 201, pretty peeled, and then 196, pretty peeled the week after that. So I did heavyweight and light heavyweight. Both times top 3, okay? And national qualifier, so I wasn't expecting to do that well. So fuck, now I'm hooked, right? So then I do the Mr. Washington, Mr. Oregon the year after that. Top 4, top 5, and Best Poser Award. State champions in mixed pairs. And then 2010, top 5 Emerald Cup. Runner-up Empire, and then the next year after that, I started winning all the state titles, went undefeated from like 2011 to like 2015. So, plus a shitload of guest posing. Guess what I was when I did that return? Okay, 34 years old, same year, same age at Marshawn Lynch, made his comeback. And people were saying, oh, he's fucking... I'd say that 8-year layoff when I came back, right? And this guy comes back after 2 years, and oh, man, too long, he's too washed up, he's looking soft, he's this and that and the other thing. He put those people that... made everybody quiet, right? Comes in, just does a few plays here and there. First downs most of the time, decent yardage, set up the first down, carrying 4 or 5 people on his back. It's like old school beast mode, right? And then the freaking goal line, freaking the only way to get through, there's no way through there, right? So he had to fucking jump, boom, fucking Michael Jordan style, boom, in the end zone, right? So that was what I was going to talk about the last time with his whole spiel, with his big bravado comeback that people said too old, washed up. You can't listen to people if you got that edge, right? And you got that, you're gonna have voices talking to you all the time, right? And you gotta ignore those voices. And if they're telling you to get back in and compete, you can't ignore them. They're gonna fucking keep you up at night. You can't sleep. They're gonna bother you when you're with family. They're gonna bother you when you're trying to focus at work, at school, at home, and it doesn't matter, right? If you got that warrior mentality, the spirit world calls to you and you can't get away from it. And the only way to find out if you're still cut out for it or not, because the competition's driving you back and you can't ignore it, is to step in the arena and see what the fuck happens. And if you either make it or you don't, and people go, oh, well, you look stupid, and fuck, at least we can, go to the arena. And if you were successful before and you're making a comeback and you can't do it the next time around, so fucking what? You've done what most people can't do. And then if you do it, then people are like, fuck, man, we underestimated you. You're the underdog anyways. Nobody's expecting shit from you. You're expecting Marshawn Lynch to fail. And he proved everybody wrong. So, and then if he fails, so fucking what? He's already got his legacy from before, right? Like Franco Harris, when he wasn't able to make a good comeback and he came from the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the greatest football players of all time, and he wasn't able to do very well and he got cut shortly thereafter. It is what it is, man. It happens, okay? But you gotta know. Because if you don't know, it's a bullet to the head, or you go into drugs and alcohol because you don't know what if, because you let it go and you're like, I don't know if I got what it takes. So you listen to everybody else. You're too old. You're too this. So the voices, they get to you. Boom, 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 boom. And you try to drown it out with the alcohol or whatever else. You're not going to do it because it's going to make the voices louder. And that makes it worse, right? You're going to get more violent, more depressed, more suicidal, homicidal, right? You can't do that. So you go in there and you either succeed or you fail. And then the voices, they go away. They leave you the fuck alone, okay? And people that don't have that warrior mentality, they don't understand that because they don't have those voices, right? They don't have that inner drive. And sometimes even the voices don't... There's just something inside of you pulling you, and you don't even know why that is, because the voices aren't even bothering you, and it's still messing with your head. You still can't stay away from the competition, right? So you either got to compete, or you got to train people, coach people who compete, in order to, have that purpose in life and getting out of bed, right? And that's all it is. And Marshawn Lynch found out that he's still in there, and people, oh, he hasn't trained. How do you know? What the fuck have you done? So I did my research. He's been training for 4 months. Some football players, man, that's all they need, right? That's all I did. Came out of fucking eight years of retirement and trained for 4 months and took top 3 in freaking national qualifier. 2 national qualifiers back to back, and there were different competitors both times because I did lightweight and light heavyweight and heavyweight. So there were different classes, right? And it was stacked classes. First place was fucking now IFBB Pro Male Taylor. Okay, he was first. Mike Katke was second. I was third heavyweight. Then the next week, it was fucking Matt Porter was the champion. Okay, and I had to drop down, not to avoid Matt Porter. I didn't know he was doing that show, but I had gotten into, since I was so close to light heavy anyways, 201, so I fucking dropped the extra weight and played in 196. Okay, and that was top 3 on points, so it tied for third. So technically it was either third or fourth. I don't remember which one. And then the first place guy was fucking he's Mel Taylor again, and Randy, fucking Randy was fucking first or second in the Emerald Cup, right before or after that, and then it's just it was a stacked class, man. It was, and both of those classes were really really good, you know, and Andre Scott was back there and goes, fuck, this is what a light heavyweight class is supposed to look like, you know. We're from first to sixth, you guys are all real close. You're all peeled. He looked at me and said, well, fuck, you going for most improved athlete of the year, right? Because there's been times where I'd fucked up the prep. Fucked it up, trying to do it by myself, or this or that, when I didn't have Roger helping me for those other ones. And so he saw the, you know, at that time, the best physique I'd had. Of course, I had gotten a lot better from the 2008 comeback that I only trained 4 months for, to 2009, huge improvement, then 2010, 2011, so on and so forth. Got better every year. So, obviously, because I went from not winning shows to winning shows, there's something going on right there, right? Some improvements have to be made to go from third to first. It's just, it is what it is, okay? But that's it, you know? So, kind of got to research out things, and so I didn't jump on the bandwagon there, because I wasn't going to go in there kind of definitive, but I was pulling back a little bit. I didn't know, is he training, is he not training, you know, where's his head at? But those 2 years for Lynch, fuck, if he was anywhere near burned out, you know he was hurt, you know, he had some injuries, so that's the best thing you could do, take a year off, let those injuries here come back, fucking, you know, balls to the wall after that. A lot of times, that's all it takes, rather than pushing through those injuries and then being done. So sometimes people don't know the whole story. So, and mind gets stronger if you take some time off sometimes, okay? You take that time off, let it get reestablished, let it get fresher, let it get stronger. And if you're all burned out, same thing. Burned out or mentally just, you know, putting, you know, false obstacles in front of you. Makes a big difference. Getting rid of those, that negative self-talk, and, you know, any burnout that might be there, any injuries can be rehabbed. I mean, this guy's the limit with that shit. So, he did the right thing. And who knows what he's going to continue to keep doing. Is he going to continue after this season? And if he does, is he going to get better? Probably. He's probably going to keep going, you know. And if he does or doesn't, it's still more than the majority of us will ever achieve in our lifetimes, right? And you got to look at it like that too, you know. Plus, he's getting paid. I mean, fuck. You know, look at how many athletes are doing this shit for free or for fucking paying money to compete. And this guy's getting paid to do it, and decent money, right? Because he's so damn good, okay? And if they re-sign him, he's going to get any more money, okay? Because he's proven himself. He's fucking does an over-the-top Michael Jordan touchdown. You know, people say too old, too soft, too this, too that. That's too much bullshit. He's still a beast, and he ain't done. He's just getting warmed up. All right, it's been Showtime with Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. All right.